Good day, ladies and gentlemen, out of Vancouver here, out of the Inca One Gold offices, and I'm very happy, to have now here with me Edward Kelly, the CEO of the company, and we want to get an update from him, of course. Ed, Happy New Year, and thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you, and good to see you again, and welcome to Vancouver.
Thank you. Well, Inca One, I think we mustn't talk about the company in general, because you're very well known. I think we did already like 15 to 20 interviews with you.
That's all?
Yeah. But we had some tough times last year, not only in the markets. I think also Inca One had to do a lot of things last year with the plant in Peru, and some things happened. So maybe why wouldn't you give us a short sum up about last year, and then let's go a little bit more into detail, like with standard tolling and Montan, etc.
Sure. Yeah. I think all things aside, 2015 was a fantastic year for Inca One and what we accomplished and our growth, and it was a very busy year. We hit many milestones and set out to growth from basically startup on like just over a year ago now, the first week of January 2015. All the way through the year. We didn't stop a day of production, every single day. Trucks coming and going, gold pours happening every week. And I think that's something that I know I'm really proud of. I know maybe the markets are, as a side, have been their own animal on themselves. But for sure at Inca One, we accomplished many things, right from commercial production announcement to hitting our peak in full production. Unfortunately, we had some issues that came up with our IGV, or in what everybody probably would know more as a VAT tax, that we had some complications in getting back from Peru, but which had to bring production down due to cash constraints. But aside from that, business was, our first year, fantastic.
Yeah, but I think, what is important to say, the IGV, the tax situation, that's not lost money. It's a process with the state, and you are getting back the money, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
What's the status there now? Are you getting it
Well,
back?
I was just down in Peru 2 weeks ago, down there for a week, and met with, actually went to the SUNAT offices because our audit was up and completed, and deadline was due actually at the end of this month. Went in, met with them, and we've got our first payment back now.
Super.
So it's all starting to flow. That was the first step.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I know there's a lot of concern and questions and nervousness from shareholders, but it's a process.
Yeah.
Peru's a country that honors their IGV, and Canada's got a fair trade agreement with them. So it's there's
so it's all in good shape now.
Good shape. It's we haven't got the full amount back yet, but we have got a timeline that they've set out to us, and we expect to adhere to it.
Perfect. And for the future, we can say then you get maybe like a quarterly or maybe even monthly installments back then?
Yeah, that was part of the discussion. We, in the next, I think it should all be through the process. They've completed their process the next 6 to 8 weeks, they said, and then we'll be on monthly payments on our IGV.
Okay, great. So let's talk more about the business in detail. Before we come to standard and Montan, because I think we have to address this for our viewers.
Sure.
It was a big step. First we thought yes, then no. But you also have now bought a desorption plant, which saves you a lot of money, I think.
Yeah.
And also some other measures you took the last months, which saves you money. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, it's all part of business development of the company, and it's a continuous process. It's not just building the plant and getting it operating is one thing, but it's we're running a real business here, and it's a continuous process. And one of the pieces that we wanted to get into place, one of the pieces to the puzzle, is the desorption process. Instead of using a third party to be able to do that, which we had been up until the summertime when we announced that we had acquired a small desorption plant.
Yep.
We ran it at its current location for about 3 months. We shut it down, moved all the components up to our plant on site, and just in the last we completed it doing testing in December, and just when I was there 2 weeks ago, in January, we completed our first desorption on site, and I was happy to be there. witnessed it pick up. We have a contract with a professional company, Hermes, now to be able to do our pickups. And
Fully insured, of course.
fully insured,
That's
transported.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
So
super.
that's in process now.
Yeah, and I think also with that together, this is part of the security process, I would call it, because you have armed guards, you have surveillance now 24 hours. So the thing is, you make sure nobody can steal gold. It's all
a
fine.
piece to the puzzle. There's still
Yeah.
more pieces to put into place, but it just, we're
Yeah.
we're working through those processes and putting the pieces to the puzzle
Okay,
in place.
great. Let's come to the future, because I think this is what investors are interested in, what our viewers are interested in. 2016, what are the plans? Of course, you have a business plan, and you are executing the plan. That's what I see when I speak with you and what I see. So what are the next steps, I would call it? Of course, you need money, for the ore buying. So what is going on there?
Well, I think it's quite simple. We got to get our IGV now that we've got word from the government and our money, first refund back. We can take that money and start putting it back to work and not be so concerned about the 18%, because that was all of our working capital and our profit. Not all of our working capital, but all of our profits and some of our working capital. So now
It
we
was
can.
missing.
It was missing, yeah, just sitting in an account that we couldn't touch.
Exactly.
So now that we've got that, now we feel confident that we can get ramped back up to the full 100 tons per day and be able to put that money to work. And that's the number one priority, and expanding the business from there.
Yeah, perfect, super. I think you are working on a larger financing, of course, with some addresses. What amount we are talking about?
Well, we're looking at some debt restructuring that's going to be coming due, and we've got a couple of options that are down the pathway right now, and we're looking to be able to secure those and finalize them in the coming months. And they're in the range of $5 million, so that's what we figure that we need to be able to, be some cost savings in there, some interest savings, and so on and so forth.
So we can say like in Q1 it should be done, maybe latest Q2, right?
Yeah, in that time frame.
Okay, super. And from that time point when you have the money, I would say you are able and in the position really to get back to 100 tons and to really get it running.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, especially with the IGV. That was the big uncertainty that, there's lots of questions in other countries around the world whether you get it back, and they were kind of painting Peru with that same brush and asking the same questions. And now that we have got it back, we've got the investor confidence and lenders' confidence that we can move full steam ahead with that.
Yeah.
And that's all the indications with that.
Super.
For sure.
As you have been down in Peru last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, what's the situation there? I think they have elections coming up, but is all stable? Is all okay with the country? Because you have been there, just like as a...
I go down on a regular basis, as you know, and it's business as usual. They've got elections coming up in the spring, and it's who knows who's going to win at this point.
Yeah.
But
But you
it's
don't
all
see big issues, whatever.
no.
Yeah.
It's all that's no issues whatsoever.
Yeah. Super.
Yeah.
Great. From that side, I would say fantastic. The news is okay for me so far, and I
Good.
think you're going to make that.
Yeah, I think
And-
I think what we have to always keep in mind is that we're building a business here. We just started off from basically ground zero a year ago, and hey, we've done a US dollar range in our first 52 weeks of over $15 million, which I think is pretty darn good considering some of the hurdles we had to break through and work through. Now we're through those. We can expect to just to build on that and grow exponentially from that in the years to come.
Yeah, but still the plan to 1,000 tons a day?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So you stick to the plan.
Absolutely.
But it's a
Yeah.
5-year plan, right?
It's a 5-year plan,
Yeah,
as
so
we
we are
always said.
long
It's
term
not
here.
going to happen overnight. That's
Exactly.
right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
long term, it's not speculation. That's it. That's
Yeah,
right. Isn't it?
100%.
Great. So it's real entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is
And getting
important.
to what your questions just with the Montanan standard, a part
Sorry,
of that
yes, so
growth
nearly forgot about that.
was
Sorry.
is a part of
Yeah.
exponential growth. Either organically we're going to grow or through acquisitions. We took a hard look at a couple of companies, and you have to do a fair due diligence, and sometimes you can't get into that fair amount of due diligence until you've made agreements and announcements and commitments. And unfortunately, as we got into the deep due diligence process with them, that we found fatal flaws in both of the companies that caused us, under these economic and financial conditions that we're faced with today in the marketplace, they would have been detrimental to our growth in the future.
So I would say you wouldn't risk your money and shareholders' money, right?
We wouldn't put that at risk.
Yeah, okay.
That was the decision that.
Yeah, so maybe we can say by now it's more maybe the organic growth in the first point. By now, yeah, I would
Well,
say.
I think first priority is getting the company back to 100 tons per day, full capacity, and at the same time looking and in talks with future acquisitions and future growth to that 1,000 tons per day.
Exactly. Super. Yeah, so we will talk about that soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And all the best for that so far, and keep it going, execute the plan, and then let's say whatever, in 3-4 months, when hopefully you're coming over to Europe also. PDAC latestly, exactly. Then we do an update, I would say.
Absolutely. Look forward to it.
Super. Ed, thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, there was Edward Kelly, the CEO of Inca One. Well, you heard it. It was a tough year last year, not only for the market, but also Inca One had, to execute some issues and also face the markets itself. And the Standard and the Montan deal, well, it did not happen due to really deep due diligence. And as he said, they found some fatal flaws which they wouldn't put the investors' money on risk. And I think this is the right way to execute business, honestly. And if you're not 150% sure what you are doing, you should stay away, and I think that's exactly what the management did here. And to get back to the 100 tons, I'm pretty sure we will see that this year. And get the financing in. That's Ed's and George's and the management job, but also I'm confident that they will do that in this year, and let's say in the first and second quarter. And we'll keep you posted about that, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from Vancouver.